Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we have something exciting in store for you. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe. The early 20th century witnessed a seismic shift in global politics and diplomacy, setting the stage for one of the most devastating conflicts in human history, World War I. The war to end all wars was a watershed moment that reshaped the world in profound ways. This essay delves into the causes, key events, and consequences of World War I, exploring the intricate web of alliances, rivalries, and political miscalculations that led to a conflict that left an indelible mark on the 20th century. Causes of World War I. The causes of World War I are complex and multifaceted. It's essential to acknowledge that the war didn't erupt suddenly but resulted from a series of events and tensions that had been building for decades. The primary causes can be categorized into several key factors. Militarism. The arms race among European powers was a significant factor. Nations were heavily invested in building up their military forces, leading to an atmosphere of tension and competition. Germany, in particular, had expanded its navy and army, sparking concern among its neighbors. Alliance system. The web of alliances was a double-edged sword. While they were designed to maintain peace, they often led to the opposite. The Triple Entente, comprising France, Russia, and Britain, and the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, created a scenario where an attack on one nation would drag in many others. This system had a domino effect, making conflict more likely. Imperialism. The European powers were in fierce competition to expand their empires. This competition led to disputes over colonies and resources in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Notably, tensions arose in the Balkans, where multiple nations vied for influence and control. Nationalism. Nationalism, especially in the Balkans, was a powder keg waiting to explode. Ethnic tensions and desires for independence created a volatile situation. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in Sarajevo in 1914 set off the spark that ignited the war. Key events of World War I. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand on June 28, 1914, in Sarajevo, Bosnia, marked the beginning of a chain reaction that culminated in World War I. In the following years, a series of events unfolded, leading to the outbreak of the war in 1914. July Crisis. After the assassination, Austria-Hungary issued an ultimatum to Serbia. When Serbia's response was not fully satisfactory, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia on July 28, 1914. This prompted a cascade of mobilizations and declarations of war throughout Europe. The Western Front. The war quickly escalated, with Germany invading Belgium and Luxembourg on its way to France. In response, Britain declared war on Germany on August 4, 1914. The Western Front, characterized by trench warfare, became a symbol of the war's brutality and deadlock. The Eastern Front. In the east, Russian forces clashed with the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. This front witnessed vast battles and changing alliances. The entry of the United States. The United States initially maintained a policy of neutrality. However, unrestricted submarine warfare by Germany, which included the sinking of the passenger ship Lusitania in 1915, eventually led to the U.S. entry into the war in 1917. Consequences of World War I. World War I had far-reaching consequences that reshaped the political, social, and economic landscape of the 20th century and beyond. The redrawing of maps. One of the most significant consequences of World War I was the redrawing of maps and the dismantling of empires. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, led to the disintegration of several empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, and Russian empires. New nations emerged, and the borders of existing countries were adjusted, resulting in the birth of modern nation-states. This reshaping of the world map sowed the seeds for many future conflicts, as it often did not consider the ethnic and cultural diversity of the regions affected. Economic consequences. The war had a profound impact on the global economy. The enormous cost of the conflict drained the resources of participating nations. This led to economic turmoil and paved the way for the Great Depression of the 1930s. Additionally, the war contributed to the rise of the United States as a major economic and industrial power, as European economies struggled to recover from the devastation. Political changes. World War I had profound political consequences. The collapse of empires, the rise of nationalism, and the spread of democratic ideals all contributed to the dramatic transformation of political structures. New forms of government emerged, and authoritarian regimes gained power in the aftermath of the war. The League of Nations was established in an attempt to prevent future conflicts, but it ultimately failed to prevent World War II. Social and cultural shifts. The war brought about significant social and cultural changes. The experiences of trench warfare and the loss of a generation of young men had a profound impact on the collective psyche. The war also challenged traditional gender roles as women took on new roles in the workforce and in society. The trauma and disillusionment stemming from World War I influenced art, literature, and intellectual thought, giving rise to the lost generation of writers and artists who reflected the sense of disillusionment and aimlessness that characterized the post-war period. The precursor to World War II. Perhaps the most devastating consequence of World War I was that it set the stage for World War II. The harsh terms imposed on Germany by the Treaty of Versailles, along with unresolved political and territorial issues, created a fertile ground for the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. The unresolved issues of World War I, coupled with economic turmoil and political instability, ultimately led to another devastating global conflict. World War I was a defining moment in human history, characterized by its intricate web of causes, a devastating series of events, and far-reaching consequences. It reshaped the world, redrew borders, and set the stage for future conflicts. The lessons of World War I continue to resonate, serving as a stark reminder of the catastrophic consequences of unchecked nationalism, militarism, and political miscalculation. Understanding this war is not only a historical imperative but a critical step in ensuring that such a global catastrophe is never repeated. Thank you for watching and considering subscribing to my channel. By hitting that subscribe button, you become a part of our growing community, ensuring you never miss out on our latest content. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and enjoy the content we create. So, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you found this video helpful. Your support means the world to me, and I look forward to having you on board for future exciting content.